Finally, today's the day. The tub is gonna come off the frame on our Cj5 restoration. Let's get to it. We've got everything on the engine disconnected that goes to the body, like the radiator, hoses, wiring, and then of course on the interior, the dash, the steering column, all the pedals and wiring that goes to that. And we've got some of the body mounts disconnected. I got the ones that were easy access and just unbolted those. And we're down to just a few more body mounts left. These guys are just so rusted that I'm gonna end up just cutting those guys off. They're a little harder to get to with a wrench, but I wouldn't be able to get a wrench on that anyways. So that's the goal today, get this tub off this frame. If you're new to the channel, this is my 1958 Cj5. I've named it Weldon because I'm gonna be doing a lot of welding on this thing. My goal is to do a complete restoration on this thing. Let's dig into it. All right, cover your ears. Okay, on the back side here, just a few more body mounts and some wiring to the tail lights. I gotta disconnect and we should be good to go. All right, last one. That should do it. Oh yeah, gotta get some volunteers. You know, it's a little heavier than you'd think, and we have to lift it up, gosh, a couple feet in the air to clear the engine here. So I'm gonna have to call in the big guns for this one. Actually, I think we're gonna have a change in strategy because as I'm lifting this and I can see the battery tray here is in the way, so I need to shift it this way a little bit to clear the battery tray. But the radiator shroud here won't let me shift it that way, so we're gonna end up having to take off the front grille, which is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts. Pretty easy. Then I'll be able to lift the body up and just take it straight back. That'll be much easier. And kind of from this view, you can see where if the front grille was gone, then we don't have to lift it over the engine. The body, you can just lift it a little bit and then slide it straight back. And that might seem like a little bit of a no-brainer, take the front grille off and you don't have to lift it as high. But my original thought was, as you're removing the body, the more supports and things you take off, the body gets uneven and cattywampus. Just for stability of the fenders here, they're only gonna be attached by back there. I might end up taking the fenders off, I don't know. But I wanted to keep the body kind of intact, just to keep it in one piece, just to keep it solid, but I don't know, plans change. All right, there we go. That is gonna make taking the tub off a lot easier. Just gotta pick it up a little bit and walk it back. But now looking at it, honestly, I might take these fenders off too. Just 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and then one on the bottom from the inside. If I took those fenders off, that would make it a lot easier. Some of you may or may not know that these episodes aren't necessarily filmed all in one continuous work session. Sometimes they're broken up into multiple days. And here's just an example of me tinkering on it late at night. It's the evening, got the garage door open. I love these times when I can just kind of come out and work on the Jeep at my own pace. It's fun to have a project like this just sitting in the garage that I can work on it when I want to, like a nice evening like tonight. All right, I got my volunteers. They're excited to be here. Woohoo! Yay! So in theory, it should just lift right up. We got to lift it over the height of the tires here, and we should be able to just walk it back, walk it back, walk it back. Okay, there's a chance it could be hung up on a wire or ventilation hose. Wait, hang on, time.
You're gonna put it back?
No, it's just hold it.
It's all good.
Oh, dang, it's a... All right, set it down. We're caught on the fuel line. Hang on, take 5. One last little thing I forgot. The fuel line is attached right here. Knew there was a high probability of something like this happening, but it's an easy fix. All right, we got 25% of the way there. We should be good now. We're just gonna go straight back. Yeah, I think we're free now. Now you guys have to ooh and ah over how amazing this looks now.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is actually really cool. So happy to have this tub off finally. That is gonna make it so much nicer to work on. because I definitely have some panels I'm going to be replacing, and of course there too. But then more exciting than that is how easy it's going to be to work on all the parts here. I got to do the brakes, axles, axle seals, shocks, leaf springs, vent tubing. I'm going to rebuild the engine, not a complete rebuild, but definitely replace all the gaskets and seals on that because it's got quite a few leaks there. Vent tubing, I can easily get to the transmission. Like, look at this. That's just amazing. And then when it comes to doing the brake lines, it needs all new brake lines. They're just so corroded and terrible looking. But look how easy it is going to be to get to all the brake parts. So definitely the right choice in taking the tub off this frame. Oh, of course, I'm going to be cleaning up the frame, getting that repainted. So much to do on this, but really excited to get started on some of the guts of this. And now I've got some dollies here. My plan is to put the tub here on those dollies so I can kind of wheel it in and out of the shop as I please. And the fenders and other parts I can just kind of stack on the tub just to consolidate things, keep it all nice and organized. But honestly, I'm at a point right now where I'm contemplating, do I want to start doing body work? Do I want to work on the axles and axle seals and brakes? Start redoing all the brake lines, fuel lines. Do I want to start painting? Where am I at? Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. What should I work on next on this? Should I start on the engine? There's so much to do. There's so many different ways we could go. What do you guys think I should do next? Just having some fun looking at how all these mechanisms work. So we've got our clutch here, our brake. And one thing I noticed, look how tiny this transmission is. This is just crazy. I didn't really notice till now, but well, we got transfer case here. That's as big as the transmission is from there to there. Here's my clutch. So obviously flywheel and stuff in there. I'll have to check that out. The brake here, oh boy, this is just the master cylinder there. No wonder the brakes didn't work. Listen, well, you just hear the spring. But anyways, this is just all rotten. The master cylinder looks, just rusted beyond belief. So thank you guys for following along on this adventure. I can't wait to dig into this thing. Thanks for watching and have a good day. All right, here's a little post-video thoughts of Dale, or what I'm thinking. I don't even have my mic on, so I hope the audio is okay. So I'm in here just kind of contemplating the order I want to do things in, and I think I'm going to put off the body work and painting and all that kind of stuff, because if this project's going to take me a year or whatever, a long time to get this done, I don't want to have the body all pristine and painted and just looking great, and then have to have it stored in the shop. I can't put it outside. It's just kind of in the way. I don't want to be bumping into it, scratching it, denting it, all that kind of stuff. What I could do is get started on the frame and axles and brakes and shocks and U-joints and just everything. Get the engine and body and transmission and all that stuff done. Get that all cleaned up and looking super nice. Kind of to a point of where it's ready to have the body put back on it. Then get started on the body. In the meantime, I could actually take the body or the tub and the fenders and grill. I could take that and store it on the side of my shop outside, put a tarp over it, leave it there for 6 months, clear up a lot of space in my shop. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, or the route I'm thinking of going right now, because I don't think I want to start on the body shop, then have to keep the body just in pristine condition covered in the shop while I'm trying to wrench on the engine. Then that would create a bunch more room for me when I'm disassembling the engine, or I could have like a table set up over here for parts and things, and the body just wouldn't be in the way. That's the direction I'm thinking of going, at least today. We'll see if that changes.